This is Red Carpet Fly's News on the Fly podcast, bringing you unique and interesting entertainment, celebrity, and luxury news. Before we get started, you know what to do. Like, follow, and subscribe to Red Carpet Fly, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single News on the Fly episode. Okay, let's get right into these headlines. So by now, I'm sure all of you guys have heard the controversy over Dave Chappelle's open monologue on SNL last Saturday. For those of you who are not familiar, Dave Chappelle hosted SNL last Saturday, and it was his third time hosting, and in his opening monologue, he addressed the Kanye, Ye West situation and Kyrie Irving situation surrounding anti-Semitism. His comments, which you can watch on YouTube because it's a 15-minute monologue and he has a lot that he says in that monologue, received some backlash for supposedly normalizing and perpetuating anti-Semitism, according to the National Director of the Anti-Defamation League, Jonathan Greenblatt. Well, friend and fellow comedian Jerry Seinfeld is speaking out about Dave Chappelle's controversial opening monologue. According to Love B. Scott, the 68-year-old comedian, who is Jewish, stated that, "I think the comedy was well executed," he told The Hollywood Reporter, "but I think it's a subject matter that calls for a conversation that I don't think I'd want to have in this venue." The Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee star reiterated his point when asked if the monologue made him feel uncomfortable. "It provokes a conversation which hopefully is productive," he added. As many of you know, I love sketch comedy and I watched this monologue. Dave always does a good job of just teetering right on the edge of controversy. I feel like everyone is unsure if the monologue was funny or not, and we're all looking at each other for approval to laugh or not laugh. I think why people are struggling with this and what Dave said in general is because it's complicated, right? And it's messy like most things in life, and this is a really highly charged topic. I think what Dave did here is exactly what Jerry said. He opened up this topic for discussion. Just like a lot of his comedy, Dave brings up a lot of really complicated and often taboo topics in a humorous setting. One, because humor is disarming and it allows people to lower their guard. But also, I think humor offers a self-reflective and evaluative moment. Jokes seem to sit longer with us humans because I think it hits deeper. Did you guys see Dave Chappelle's open monologue? What did you think about it? I think Jerry hit the nail on the head regarding Dave's monologue. It's provocative and thought-provoking. Anytime you talk about race, religion, politics, and gender, they're all really tough topics. And while I don't have all the answers, I do believe in civil discourse and tackling the hard problems, especially if we want to progress and grow as one nation. One thing Dave Chappelle did last Saturday was give us a lot to think about. On a lighter topic, supermodel Paulina Poroskova explains why the dating pool at 57 is more like a dirty little puddle. According to a HuffPost article, the supermodel had a very funny take on romantic prospects later in life. In an episode of Jada Pinkett's Red Table Talk show on Wednesday, Poroskova, best known as Sports Illustrated's cover star in the 1980s, who went on to score a coveted Estee Lauder contract, hilariously spoke about her current state of singledom. She states, "Now I'm 57 and I'm in the dating pool," Poroskova said about 30 minutes into the episode, streaming on Facebook Watch. "What is it like?" Pinkett Smith asked, to which Poroskova responded plainly, "It's a small pool, dirty little puddle." She then elaborated on why online dating, especially for older people, sucks. According to Poroskova, it's because there's very limited options. It turns out that on dating apps, men our age that are willing to sleep with women our age have slept with all my girlfriends already, she said. "There's like these 5 guys we keep passing around, and we're like, so did you sleep with them yet? Yeah, don't bother. Okay, cool, thanks," Poroskova said, imitating conversations she's had with her friends. This is not the first time Poroskova has complained about dating. When People magazine asked her in April to describe her romantic life, Poroskova responded with a simple word: crap. The supermodel famously married Rick Ocasek, the lead singer of Cars, in 1989, and the couple separated in 2017, but Poroskova maintained on the Red Table Talk and in her new memoir, No Filter, that she continued living with and caring for Ocasek even after their split. In 2019, she found him dead in his bedroom amid his recovery from a surgery. At the time of Ocasek's death, the two were in the process of filing for a divorce. Poroskova was surprised to later learn that the singer had disinherited her in his will, alleging that before his surgery she had abandoned him. I remember hearing the story and how shocking it all was. She was really heartbroken to find out that she had been disinherited from his fortune. Dating these days is tough, and I think there's a lot of reasons why the dating pool is trash right now, not just for older people, but for everybody in general. But I think one of the reasons is because people don't spend enough time getting to know each other. They just try to place their beliefs and standards on one another and get mad when the other person doesn't conform. Trust me, there is someone out there for everyone, but you have to be patient and find them. I think people are also dating for a lot of superficial reasons. If you just take your time and get to know someone, you can probably avoid a lot of these pitfalls. I think in bigger cities, you see a lot of these dating issues a lot more. When I lived in New York, it was difficult dating there. It's difficult dating here in LA. I hear it's difficult dating in Atlanta and Houston. I just think big cities bring about its own issues to dating, so it makes it that much more difficult. Do you guys think the dating pool is trash right now? Comment below and let me know what you think. And if yes, do you think there's hope in turning around this dating mess? Okay, last story. So considering it's flu season and a new COVID variant is on the rise, I read this fun article that I wanted to share with you guys. So according to the New York Post, a poll was conducted on 2,000 millennial parents on what movies, food, sounds, etc. bring them comfort when they're sick at home with their kids. Can you guys guess what movie made the list? Well, according to this poll, the most popular movie to watch when people are sick at home with their kids is the Harry Potter series, which came in at 32%, and then the Toy Story series came in at 32%. They also watched movies like Frozen, which got 30%, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory at 28%, and Moana at 25%. The survey also delved into how respondents are remedying their ailments by caring for their 5 senses. So what do you guys think are people's favorite thing to taste, touch, and hear when they're sick? Well, according to the study, people tend to want to taste soup, which got a whopping 42%, and hot beverages like tea or coffee came in at 26%. People also want to touch things like their favorite blanket, which came in at 40%, or their significant other, 19%, or their little cuddly pet at 14%. When it comes to smells, respondents like to breathe in something clean and fresh, like fresh linens at 42%, medicine at 36%, and something cooking in the kitchen at 26%. And while trying to feel better, respondents like to listen to music, which was 58%, or they like listening to their friends and family talking at 29%. Listening to family members talk is definitely me. Don't talk to me or try to engage me in conversation when I'm sick or sleepy, for that matter, because all you're doing is putting me to sleep. And not because the topic is boring, it's because your voice is familiar and it's very soothing. I have fallen asleep on my parents so many times on the phone when I'm tired or when I'm not feeling well, and I'm really interested in what they're saying, but their voice is just so comforting, it puts me right to sleep. I also like to bundle up in very thick and puffy covers when I'm sick, and I like to watch Christmas movies or like rom-coms, something very simple and uncomplicated. I don't want anything to scare me. I don't want anything to be too political. It's a very Hallmark level type of movie I like watching. I want to feel reassured that everything is all right in the world, and I love to smell food cooking in the kitchen, even if I'm not well enough to eat it. It makes the house somehow feel warm and the air feel warm. Comment below and let me know what you like to do to feel better when you're sick. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. If you'd like to receive text notifications of when I post News on the Fly episodes or my celebrity red carpet interviews, please send a text to 917-502-4379 and say, I want to get fly texts. Once subscribed, you will start receiving text messages regarding a News on the Fly episode or celebrity interviews. Also, if you have a business, product, service, YouTube channel, or just a social media account that you would like for me to promote on my channel, please email redcarpetfly at alexi@redcarpetfly.com to get rates for advertising. We're growing, guys, so you can also find this podcast on Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio podcast platforms. Just search for News on the Fly podcast. Lastly, please like, follow, subscribe, and share our YouTube channel, Red Carpet Fly, and also follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Red Carpet Fly. And until tomorrow, always stay fly.